probably be home.
Welcome to this edition of Go Vote Omaha, presented by the League of Women Voters of Greater Omaha. I'm Cynde Glismann, your moderator for today's event. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization and does not endorse political candidates or parties. Our purpose is to empower voters and defend democracy. As a result of today's forum, we hope you will be ready to make an informed decision during election time. This is a nonpartisan event, and the views expressed are not necessarily aligned with those of the League, but are expressed at the discretion of our guests. At today's forum, we will hear from 6 candidates for the Omaha City Council. To find out more about these candidates or upcoming city elections in Omaha, pick up the League's Nonpartisan Voters Guide at your local library or election commission, or visit vote411.org. your one-stop hub for election information. The format for today is as follows. Each candidate will get a 45-second opening statement, followed by questions prepared by the League of Women Voters of Greater Omaha. They will have 30 seconds to answer each question. Following the question portion of the forum, candidates will have a 45-second closing statement. Before the forum, the candidates drew numbers to determine the initial speaking order, and we will alternate speaking order throughout the forum. I will introduce them now in that order. The 6 candidates joining us today are Tyrone Eure, Maurice Jones, Ben Gray, Juanita Johnson, William King, and Michael Lee Jr. All candidates are running for City Council in District 2. Let's begin with opening statements. Mr. Tyrone Eure, you are up first. You have 45 seconds, and we'll work our way down the table.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tyrone Eure. I've been in Omaha all my life, and one of the reasons why I'm running simply because there are just simply too many homeless youth and homeless adults on the streets, on the corners, and we need to be advocates for these individuals, that we can lift them up and give them a better quality of life. I believe that we have a responsibility to help someone in our lives, that it's our responsibility to do compassionate works while we can. And that's one of the reasons why I'm running.
Maurice Jones.
Hi, my name is Maurice Jones. I'm a candidate for District 2 on the Omaha City Council. I was born and raised in North Omaha, raised by my beautiful mother, April. She worked hard to provide a life for me and for my sisters. No matter what she did, no matter how hard she worked, we still struggled. And I'm running because I believe that when someone works hard all their life to keep their head above water, but unable to attain that baseline of comfort that this country has provided all of its residents, it's unacceptable. And when I was born in '98, the median household income was $50,000. It is now $48,000, 26 years later. Although the decline has evened out and it's not declining, it's not in decline, we still have to aggressively address that and radically grow our own. And I'm happy to participate in this forum. Thank you.
Ben Gray.
Thank you. My name is Ben Gray, and I'm running for Omaha City Council District 2. And the reason why I'm running, or several of the reasons why I'm running, is, first of all, I know how to get things done. I have demonstrated throughout my first 12 years on the council that I know how to get things done. We did $2.5 billion worth of investment in North Omaha. I'd like to keep that going. Like to continue the development that we have started there. North Omaha is on the move. It's on the move because we have people who are dedicated to getting it done, and I would like to continue to be part of that group that continues to do the work necessary to bring District 2 up to where it ought to be and where it has been in the past, and with a greater future if we work together.
Juanita Johnson.
Hi. I am currently the City Council member of District 2. My name is Juanita Johnson. I have an extensive background in business as well as technology. My experience serving on the City Council has afforded me with opportunities to work with a variety of people, to include business owners, entrepreneurs, you name it, I've had those relationships. Under my tenure as a City Council member, I have worked collectively with other City Council members to acquire or get Vision Zero Climate Action Plan and a goal of 11% for a small emerging business. I was also involved in the collection of...
Sorry, moving on, 45 seconds.
My name is William King. I'm from North Omaha. I love this community, and that's the reason why I'm running. I come from a mother that couldn't read and write. I learned early in life that failure is not an option. I've been able to bridge gaps since the beginning, and that's our foundation. We have to be able to develop relationships so the total community can benefit from those relationships. I believe that I'm the gentleman that can do that. We appreciate you guys having this forum. You can go to kingforomaha.com to support our candidacy.
And Michael Lee Jr.
Hi, my name is Mike Lee. I'm a candidate here for Omaha City Council District 2. I'm a social justice advocate and a community organizer here in North Omaha. I'm running for City Council because after almost 60 years of disinvestment, we need intentional leadership that puts people first and really addresses the causes of our issues. So I'm hoping to earn your vote on April 1st, 2025. If you want to find out more information about myself, my name is Mike Lee. You can go to my website at www.mikeleeforomaha.com.
Thank you all. Moving on to our questions. Our first question is going to address affordable housing, and we will start with Maurice Jones. Omaha has a shortage of affordable housing. If elected to the City Council, how would you address this shortage?
Number one, we need to make sure that out-of-state real estate investment companies aren't buying our housing portfolios. Oftentimes they come in and they purchase homes with cash, they waive inspections, and they artificially inflate our housing market because they own 250 some units, specifically Vinebrook. And just with a signature, they can artificially inflate our market if they decide tomorrow to raise the rent. So we need to make sure that we ban bulk home buying and give our people that live in the community the opportunity to own a home. Thank you.
Thank you. Ben Gray?
To address affordable housing, there have been several things that I did while I was on the council. One of them was develop the Omaha Municipal Land Bank to try and deal with distressed or abandoned properties, empty lots and so forth, especially buildable lots, so that those who do home building have an opportunity to take care of that. I also addressed the issue with Wintergreen that used to be a problem area in our community. It is now a thriving affordable housing area in our community. It has really done well.
Thank you. Juanita Johnson.
To address affordable housing as City Council member, just last year we created an affordable action plan for the first time. Affordable housing action plan for the first time here in the Omaha area. In addition to that, I've worked exclusively with owners to create the 24th in Ohio project and found ways to incorporate money to build.
Thank you. William King?
Well, I grew up in Hilltop Projects, and I know for a fact that affordable housing is necessary. We got to make sure that those housing projects that they are renovating right now in South Omaha, as well as Spencer, that they are filled with people that live there initially. That's one. Also, we need to work with the land bank and see how we can tighten up the rules where, again, where Maurice said that we don't have outside investors so we can inflate the market. Also, Councilwoman, I would reinforce what they have did last year with the Affordable Action Plan.
Mike Lee, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially for young people and hardworking families right now, looking to buy their first home, right, they're struggling. And so one of the first things that I would look at is, one, looking at the plan that Juanita Johnson talked about and making sure that it is being all-inclusive, right? And so with that, I think that we need to make sure that we're strengthening the Landlord Registry Act, evaluating zoning and enforcement, and then also reevaluating how TIF works, because right now it's not working for the areas it's supposed to work for. And so we need to be hard on them and developers.
Thank you. And Tyrone Eure.
Yes, I think it's highly important that we value our neighborhoods, that we keep our neighborhoods together. There's too much corporations coming in buying blocks of neighborhoods. There's too much gentrification, and we need to pass legislation to keep people within their homes. Old people sometimes are being forced out of their homes because they cannot pay the property tax, and we must do better as a community.
Thank you. Our next question addresses transportation. What are your thoughts on the transportation options offered in Omaha, and what is your transportation vision for the future?
Is that for me
That's
first?
for you,
Okay.
Mr. Gray.
He got it. Jeez.
You know, in terms of transportation, the first thing I would do first of all, would be to work collectively with those who are on the board of directors of Metro Area Transit. And as we develop a transit system that's even more inclusive, I would be supportive of those. But keep in mind that the City Council doesn't have a lot to do with transportation other than to vote for various policies. So it would be important to work collectively with those who are on the board of directors at Metro Area Transit.
Thank you. Juanita Johnson.
Public transportation has been a huge issue or concern for District 2. And that issue has been addressed primarily as the city council person for this district. When streetcar was brought up, I focused on the lack of transportation and the importance of that being considered as opposed to the streetcar.
Thank you. William King.
Well, I've been riding the bus since the 70s, and I will look at that we're all Nebraskans and we all should take responsibility in our transportation. So right now, MAT is supported by the feds, but the city, county, and the state should also invest in our transportation network so all citizens can benefit from north to south to east to west. And also looking at a system to Lincoln. We all have to do it as Nebraskans because we all use these roads.
Thank you. Mike Lee?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've heard a lot, right? Collaborating with our other elected officials like Clarice Dombeck to making sure that we actually are making the right investments into public transportation. Just because we haven't done it before in Omaha doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it, right? We've seen this work where other cities have put intentional investments into the public transportation systems. And so we need to make sure that that works for us, because North Omaha right now is not connected with the rest of the city like it's supposed to be.
Thank you. Tyrone Eure.
I think that transportation is very much needed in the city. I think the whole transportation needs to be more inviting for the citizens in Omaha. Perhaps there need to be new thinking allowed in terms of smaller buses at senior facilities so that they have more opportunities to get around the city. I think that we need to upgrade our understanding what it is to have a modern transportation for our city. Perhaps have shuttles go to different parts of Nebraska.
Thank you. And Maurice Jones.
As a council member, I will certainly champion any social connected project, so that whether that be a motor vehicle, or whether that be bike paths that protect riders from motor vehicles. Widening the sidewalks or building sidewalks where neighborhoods don't have them. I think that's really important, and collaborating with partners such as Mode Shift and the newly established Board of Governors Board for Metro Transit. I think that's really important.
Thank you. Third question. The Omaha City Council plays a key role in addressing safety issues within our city. What, if any, safety concerns are important in your district, and what methods would you use to address them? We will start with Juanita Jones. Johnson, I'm sorry. Juanita Johnson.
Thank you. Yes, safety is key. It's essential. One of the primary things that happens in my community far too often is the communication as it relates to police officers coming into a neighborhood to arrest someone that is of high risk. I believe that communication needs to be funneled in a organized manner.
Thank you.
Can you repeat that question?
Of course. The Omaha City Council plays a key role in addressing safety issues within the city. What, if any, safety concerns are important in your district, and what methods would you use to address them?
Being a former probation officer for the state of Nebraska, I'll be more on the preventative side. And so investing in Step Up program, where it's been proven that when we invest in young people, crime has gone down. Ben has been a part of that. And I would reinforce, develop a conduit of opportunity for young people, since juvenile crime is really the initial focus where we need to focus on now.
Thank you. Mike Lee?
Yeah, I believe everybody wants safe neighborhoods and communities, right? And so making sure that we're investing a lot of our money on the front end of that before people ever become in contact with police is important. Making sure that we invest in things like mental health, a mental health crisis response team, something that we've seen that works in Denver with their cahoots. But also having these direct investments into our youth is very important. And so I champion that as well.
Thank you. Tyrone Eure.
Yes, it's highly important that we have better police communications with our police officer, that we make better relationships with them, that we speak to our young people, particularly in the summer times, those areas when they have dead times, that they can work jobs and they can learn how to be productive citizens rather than not having anything to do with their time. So we need to redirect their energy into positive activities in the city.
Thank you. Maurice Jones.
The most important thing right now to address is the fact that our authorization force for the Omaha Police Department is 1,000 officers, but we're at 100 officers short. When there are priority calls, officers sometimes are not even available to take those calls because they have no cars available citywide. It's unacceptable. And we need to make sure that in the event that someone is dealing with an emergency, like our elders who are concerned about their home being broken into, that we have officers that are ready and able to serve them when they need to be served. And we need to get our force up. 100 is where we're lacking, and it's critical if we want to talk about public safety and initial. But then there's the preventative stuff, but that's the most important right now.
Thank you. And Ben Gray.
Yeah, when you're talking about public safety and the concerns in the particular district, as it relates to juvenile crime, we have issues there that need to be addressed. But we also have a mechanism in place that can address this and work it so that we can address this the way we need to. And that's the Empowerment Network, working with the Omaha Police Department along with 360. We've demonstrated before that when there are spikes in the community or when there's little violence, we know how to come together, we know how to fix it, and we also know how to reduce crime, as you've seen across in Omaha and across the country. We're number one in that area.
Thank you very much. The next question we'll do with TIF financing, and we'll start with William King. Tax increment financing, or TIF, is a major tool for financing new projects in Omaha. What are your thoughts on TIF?
Well, I will make sure that it goes to the areas where it's truly needed. Was it Charles Schwab? Before then, it was something else. They got TIF money, and it was way out on 114th and Dodge, which is not a blighted area. I will make sure that East Omaha is the focus on TIF infrastructure building. This is how we also solve the problem of poverty, but also public housing, affordable housing, et cetera, et cetera.
Thank you. Mike Lee?
Yeah, intentional policy making matter, right? And so with that, we need to make sure that we're strengthening and tightening up TIF because, like William King said, it's not working for the communities that it's supposed to work for. And while we talk about 5,000 units being short in the city of affordable housing, TIF, at part, because it's been used wrong, hasn't done what it's supposed to. And so we need to make sure that we hold the developers accountable by changing a little bit of those, how TIF dollars work.
Thank you. Tyrone Eure?
I think it is an excellent project and it needs to continue. But also, too, we have to realize that sometimes during the process of upgrading and making things better in poor communities, the residents there are sometimes forced out. They cannot keep up with the tax level of the new upgrade of the neighborhood. So we got to make sure that the residents around are stable and that they have a fixed income to go up along with the property values and changes.
Thank you. Maurice Jones?
TIF is an important economic development tool, and I don't want to just pigeonhole it to Northeast Omaha. I think it needs to be used more equitably, but certainly TIF is important to attracting certain business, and it does expand our tax base, and that's critical, especially as we expand west. We need to make sure that TIF is used appropriately, of course, but I think more so equitably, and we need to see the investment more in North Omaha, and we just haven't had that. I just really think TIF is an important tool, and we have to have conditions with it. So if you want to develop a housing unit, you need to make sure there's some affordable housing units there.
Thank you.
Great. TIF, as mentioned earlier, Maurice and others have mentioned it as well. TIF is an important investment tool or an important tool for development. I know that people have had some concerns about how well it's working or how well it's not working, maybe in the community, but where in District 2, where we have used TIF, it has been successful and we have had great projects there. But we also need to expand it, but we also need to watch it too, just to make sure that it is operating in an effective manner in a way that it was intended to work for when the state gave us the authority to do it and what we continue to do with it.
Thank you. Juanita Jones?
Juanita Johnson, no problem.
John. I'm sorry.
TIF is, just like everyone has already previously mentioned, TIF is a wonderful tool that allows developers to come in underserved communities and develop those areas that are very much needed. However, with anything that we have to have a healthy balance, a healthy mix. And as your city council member, that's the discussion where networking comes in to work with departments to make sure that that balance, that mix is done. Thank you.
Thank you, Juanita Johnson, and all of you. I think we need to move on to our closing statements. We are back to the beginning with Mr. Tyrone Eure, and we'll work our way down the table, and you will each get 45 seconds.
Yes, I'm Tyrone Eure, and I'm running because there's a great need in Omaha for us to do more. There's a homeless problem, there are young adults problems, there's too many people on our street, and we need to go forth and make progress in our cities, to develop places for them to live and develop places for them to work, and so that these human beings are not treated outside the guidelines of an understanding of what a human being is. And I've worked with the poor, I've worked with shelters, I've been on the streets with them, so I know exactly what they need. And if I'm on the city council, I'm gonna push for legislation that will help empower them and give them dignity.
Thank you. Maurice Jones.
Thank you for the opportunity for the League of Women Voters to have this candidate forum. These next 4 years are going to make or break us, and we can either decide to choose leadership, official or unofficial offices that have presided over, and not necessarily blaming them for it, but that has presided over 2 decades of economic decline. Or we can choose leadership that will use these next 4 years to build the foundation of a District 2 cultural and economic renaissance. We're long overdue for that. All 26 years of my life, I never got to experience 24th Street or anywhere in District 2 where I can really experience a range of things, from restaurants to, every community deserves that, and every community in Nebraska has that right now except for District 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Ben Gray.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, first of all, to the League of Women Voters for doing this. And thank you for keeping the studio going, by the way, as well, helping to keep it going. Ben Gray, running for the City Council District 2. $2.5 billion of investment that has come to District 2 as a result of efforts that I have engaged in. I would like to continue the work at that, to continue to build the investments, build the infrastructure that we need for North Omaha. So I think that it's important for us to recognize that there are people in here who know how to get things done, and I have been one of those people that has known how to get things done. Go to my website, votebengray.com. It'll tell you a lot more about what I've accomplished and what we need to do to go forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Juanita Johnson.
Thank you. Leadership, very critical. Under my leadership in the last 3 years, there's been over $2 million invested in North Omaha. Previous to my leadership, there was very little investment in that area. We need to continue that momentum flowing and thriving. Bad, bold, assertive, determined leader. That's what's needed in District 2. Vote for me on April 1st. Thank you.
Thank you. William King.
Hello. Go to King for Omaha. I'm the one that have always had the ability to bridge gaps. Ever since I've gotten out of college, I've worked here in the studio at CTI for 22 years before I moved on and developed 95.7 the Boston radio station, the oldest Black running radio station in the history of Nebraska. Everybody come through our network because we have validated ourselves as we keep our word. We highlight the greatness of our community, and I want to continue to do that as the next leader, next city council representative. I look at this opportunity as one that can bridge gaps, and I'm one of the ones to do it.
Thank you. Michael Lee.
We started this journey 5 years ago with me getting involved in campaigning. I've helped manage some of the most important campaigns that we've seen recently, from Senator Spivey to Senator McKinney's campaign. The problem is North Omaha doesn't feel heard. It doesn't feel seen, and it doesn't feel truly represented. We need intentional leadership that puts people first and actually will try to do everything in their power to put their priorities in their community over developers. The reason I'm running is because I want to create affordable housing, invest into our youth, and make the intentional economic developments that our community so badly needs. That's why I'm asking you to vote for Mike Lee on April 1st.
Thank you all to candidates for coming in today and participating in this forum. If you all want to learn more about the candidates and the issues, visit vote411.org for your personalized resource tool, or pick up a copy of the League's Nonpartisan Voters Guide. For the League of Women Voters, I'm Cynde Glismann. As always, be informed and be a voter. Go vote, Omaha.